Hey, how's it going? So there's an elusive but well-defined conspiracy against not only American healthcare children. Some of them probably are prescription drug dealers because a piece of paper could do that. Actually, they say, and it's against the frontier community. George Washington is this very much versus the immigrant community, which is not inclusive of the immigrant themselves, who are often holding the bag, quite literally, as they arrive, with great expectations indeed. But the immigrant community itself is the one that are those expectations. But America is pre-existing, so if you ignore those people, you are simply saying, oh, school shootings, church shootings, synagogue shootings, whatever, we just don't care. That's what is happening in this well-defined pattern that is also very elusive and positively evasive. And I'd rather be evasive myself, okay? But with people's help. So someone's holding the bag, I'll be happy to be there, okay? With all the narcissism, the antagonist, whatever you call it, insanity, I think, paranoid schizophrenia, oh, why not? Okay, the glee and the happy-go-lucky and intensity that children of the immigrant community can portray. George Washington actually lives the paradigm of that. Okay, and he's it's not because his family is evil, but because his childhood isn't the ideal one. Neither is Bobby Fischer's, and neither is Martin Luther King or George Washington. These guys, they need some special intervention, and Hollywood can provide that. And I will see. Here is the thing where I have to point this out because I'm completely convoluted. That's why, as you know, that I told you this in the beginning. Blah, blah, blah. My uncle and my brother, both as teenagers, lived on the Atlantic seaboard. I did not. My father did not. My uncle did. It was just a fluke that the family moved to Florida, okay, in a rational way, actually. Maybe once upon a time, you could say there. And my father went to college at age 16. He was not 18 or 19 years old when he went to college, okay? Definitely wasn't. Some people are. When they graduate from high school, they're already 19 years old. I had a bunch of these guys in my, my brother had them in his class. They never materialized. That equation was never presented in my class. Nothing but E.T. going home. But certainly, at the beginning of the school year, my brother and I went to the same school in the 7th and 8th grade. He pointed out, he didn't point it out, he brought me into his classroom. They're all sitting there like they're like a jury or something like that. And they're all waiting to meet me. My big brother, okay. The hero. He'd battle Grandpa while I just lived it up a little as a baby. But those guys, my brother and my uncle, they both had that non-frontier experience, which Hollywood is absolutely focused on. That is highly evident in the fact that almost everyone in Hollywood has an immigrant relative and typically grows up in an immigrant community, or at least an immigrant household. I did not. George Washington did not. So these guys become the scapegoat, which enables who knows what to happen. Okay, and so it's the trust issue that people in the immigrant community only trust other people who lived in this eastward childhood. And that extends, I think, essentially your teenage years. So if you're 19, you have the means and the confidence, the partner indeed, or the parents, to go east, very far all the way to the Atlantic, or beyond. As my brother did, he didn't go to New York. He went to Europe, as that was, especially for California, that's like the golden reality of culture, as compared to California, which is more the toilet, the public restrooms, maybe. People go there for some other reason. I don't want to discuss it. But it is a joke which people laugh at, nevertheless, okay? And people go surfing out there too. And it's yeah. But positively, that for sure, totally gnarly dude, absolutely, okay, insane, huh? Yeah, if because I know that Hollywood has no one that didn't live on the Atlantic seaboard as a teenager. Even what's his name? The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, lived in Maine with family. Okay, didn't just go there and wing it. He was a giant, right? Come on, you can't wing it as a giant. You have to. Yeah. And I'm simply telling you that, yeah, if I had had that experience, that education, if I had gone to Europe as a teenager, if I had grown up in Florida as a teenager, that I'd understand what people are saying. Because I didn't, because those opportunities weren't there. But the antagonism, okay, E.G. von Ohm, was always there since before my grandfather was actually born. And, all the industrialists, I think, it becomes big tech somehow or another. They can read the literature and see the need for the intervention, but it becomes a conspiracy, a criminal delusion that rhymes with narcotics in George Washington. And it's elementary that you guys can contact me, and I do believe that my brother and my uncle are the perfect mediators, that any conversation, any joyful, gleeful sort of they've got that. I've only got the visionary focus, and that focus wants to be left alone in a happy home most of the time, and then when dinner time is coming out, I'll tell you the whole thing, okay? But it's like it's like a rocket. It happens rather quickly, and that's a metaphor of surfing, really. The fastest waves are the best waves. The slow ones, well, yeah, no, they're fun, and narcissism, wow, yeah, that's the West Coast survival mechanism. Because I think that some people, they don't really care about that. They really don't. That's the excuse. That's why George Washington and Ben Franklin have to struggle, and the world goes to hell in that time. And all I can tell you is that, yes, my brother and my uncle are my quote-unquote immigrant community, because they didn't grow up in the Midwest. They had that teenage Atlantic experience, which Hollywood identifies with, and that is the grasp right there, and everything else is, either you care or hatred is a joke that's really hilarious. And I'd much rather that love be very serious, and that includes scientific intervention. That prejudice, that conspiracy absolutely exists. I have done the mass research And you would never contact George Washington. You would never contact me. Kurt Cobain pretends that he's gay. Does have immigrant parents, actually does, and grows up in a church-oriented family in North America. In America, that's a good thing. In Europe, that's a curse. For sure, that is how it all works out. And you guys can contact me and I'll sign a lifetime agreement. And Hollywood, and the script that will awaken the good things, okay? Because, yeah, I know that people are looking for this happy-go-lucky joy. Like, everything's wonderful. What's your problem? So, what's George Washington's problem? Right? Insanity, that's what it is. Well, anyway, it's all explained there. And I want you guys to contact me directly because this would be truly fantastic. The happy-go-lucky, the joyful, happy, joy, I do believe, yes. That, again, is something totally for sure to the max. I'll do that, but you have to reassure me and the whole world, humanity, civilization, and I will do the rest, okay?